All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Since for you too, this is Pastor Out. You know, the spirit of America is quickly resurrecting itself, especially when you have people who are in particular leadership positions and authority in small towns who haven't forgotten the spirit of yesterday year. I just had a news article sent to me, and it said small Georgia town passes law requiring citizens to own guns. Yeah, you heard it right. Can't believe it. Listen to me. Small Georgia town passes law requiring residents to own guns. Now here it is. Listen, Associated Press, April 2nd, 2013, published, Nelson, Georgia. The city council in a small North Georgia town voted Monday night to make gun ownership mandatory unless you object. I don't know too many people in small towns would object to such laws. Council members in Nelson, a city of about 1,300 residents that's located 50 miles north of Atlanta, voted unanimously to approve the Family Protection Ordinance. And they do have it right. Family Protection Ordinance. The measure requires every head of the household to own a gun and ammunition to provide for the emergency management of the city and to provide for and protect the safety, security, and general welfare of the city and its inhabitants. These people actually have their head screwed on right. I mean, they are actually functioning the right way. They haven't been pre-programmed. I mean, these people got it. All right, listen to this. Not that every household must go out and purchase a firearm. The ordinance exempts convicted felons and those who suffer from certain physical and mental disabilities, as well as anyone who objects to gun ownership. So they do leave the door open for people to have to exercise their right to pick and choose. The ordinance also doesn't include any penalty for those who don't comply. But backers said that they wanted to make a statement about gun rights at the time when President Barack Obama and some states are pushing more restrictions in the wake of the Connecticut elementary school massacre in December that left 20 children and 6 educators dead. Councilman Dwayne Koronick, who sponsored the measure, said he knows the ordinance won't be enforced, but he still believes it will make the town safer. I agree with him 100%. I do agree with him. It will make the town safer. I liken it to a security sign that put people up in front of their yards. Some people have security systems, some people don't, but they put those signs up, he said. I really feel like this ordinance was a security sign for our city. Basically, it's a determined ordinance to tell potential criminals they might want to go down the road a little bit. And I agree with that. The city's council generally said other purposes for the measure is opposition to any further attempt by the federal government to confiscate personal firearms. Nelson's resident Lamar Kettlet, one of the 5 people who spoke during the public comment period and one of 2 who opposed the ordinance. Now that's a sick individual right there. Among his many objections, he said that it dilutes the city's laws to pass measures that aren't intended to be enforced. Does this mean now 55 miles an hour speed limit means 65 or 80, whatever you choose? There's not a whole lot of difference. A law, he said. A law is a law, man. Ket also said the ordinance will have no effect. Now, my personal sentiments is why did they put this idiot's comments up there? That the Associated Press put these idiots' comments up there just for the sole purpose to sway public opinion? Or did they put this idiot's comments up there because they give him a lot of page right here to offer these idiotic, chaotic, stupid statements that he seems to be making right here? I mean, are they trying to shoot down the council as some type of people who are out of touch with the world today? See, you have to watch the way that these people insert certain things. They always have a spirit of doubt or a spirit of dissent against what the powers that be in that particular town are trying to do, which is they're trying to remember the Constitution of the United States more than ever, since they can see that we're under attack by our own country. Enemies, not only foreign but also domestic. Let me see. What else he says. Kettle said also the orders will have no effect, that it won't encourage people like him to go out and buy a gun, to go out and buy one. I tell you what, if I lived next to him in that town, I would put a sign up in my yard. My neighbor next to me does not believe in owning guns. You can rob him. The proposed illustrates how the response of the Newton's Connecticut massacre varies, widens in different parts of the country. While lawmakers in generally in more liberal states and larger urban centers like New York and California have moved to tighten gun control laws, more conservative rural areas like America's heartland have been going in the opposite direction. Notice the people in the South. Seeking to loosen restrictions and arm educators or even require gun ownership. You know, they're doing the same thing in Tennessee right now. They're making it a requirement that owners of business cannot restrict people who are coming in to do business with them from carrying guns in their cars. That's Tennessee. Good old volunteer state, Tennessee, huh? Where we at? Among other efforts to broaden gun rights that have surfaced since the Newton killings, early Monday, lawmakers in Oklahoma scuffled a bit that would have allowed public school districts to decide whether to let teachers be armed. Spring City, Utah, passes an ordinance this year recommending that residents keep firearms, softening the initial proposal aimed at to require it. Residents of the tiny Byron, Maine, rejected a proposal last month that would have a requirement of gun in every home. Even some who initially supported the measure said it would have recommended a gun ownership instead of requiring it, and worried that the proposal had made the community a laughingstock. Selected men to other Maine towns, Sebas, threw out similar measures. The state's attorney general said state's law prevents municipalities, from passing their own firearm laws in any ways. Lawmakers in about 24 states have considered making it easier for school employees or volunteers to carry guns on campus. Now, I agree with that 100%. I think, matter of fact, any competent school teacher that has the proper firearms training should be armed before they go into these open massacre zones. To carry guns on campus, South Dakota's passed such measures last month. Individual communities from New Jersey and Colorado have voted to allow administrators or teachers to carry guns in schools. See, New Jersey and Colorado got sense. Tennessee also needs to be on the heels of this particular bill to make sure that our school teachers who are teaching a majority of these hoodlums today are armed in case one of these idiots decide to go crazy themselves. Located in the Appalachian foothills, Nelson is a tiny hilly town with narrow, twisting roads. It's the place where most people know one another and leave their doors unlocked. Anyway, it's a long ordinance. I'm almost done. I guess I'll go ahead and try to finish it out if I can remember where I was. Anyway, I'm sure you pretty much get the gist of the video. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave a link down here below for you to go ahead and finish it out. I only got like 4 or 5 more paragraphs to go. But I can see the spirit of 1776 quickly rising in this country called America.